Hi, welcome to At Your Leisure. We're out here with our brand new Expeditions. We're gonna check these things out. I'm here with the SlikRok guys. This is Jake, this is Curt. I'm Brett Hermansen. We're gonna try out these things, see how they are, and you know, I'm more of a mountain rider. These guys are more technical. They build these things for rock crawling and doing all kinds of wild stuff. Me, I'm not so wild. I just enjoy the air conditioning, the closed up cab, the comfort of not having the dust.
What we're gonna try to do here is offer you guys some different dimensions on doing a review. Do something a little bit different here. Reviews are tricky because people are thinking about buying machines or wondering what their next purchase is, wondering what kind of a fit it is for their riding style. And that's really important. When you're looking to buy a machine, all these things are expensive. We all know that. You want to spend your money on something that you're going to enjoy, you're going to utilize, you're going to get the most out of. And so this machine is a brand new platform from Polaris. This is the Polaris XPEDITION. And over the years, our complaints have been the crossover machines. Their General's been kind of their go-to crossover. And although it's a great platform, we've always felt like it didn't have enough suspension, it was a little underpowered, it didn't have that closure, you couldn't have climate control. And so this is the bridge to that. These are phenomenal machines. They're really cool. We're excited about these. But you know, it's like the crossover world's kind of tough. If you remember back in the Enduro days when you bought a dirt bike or you had a street bike, the Enduro was in the middle. But it didn't perform like a dirt bike, it didn't perform like a street bike, it was lacking in areas. It's universal across the platform, but it was lacking. Well, this really bridges that gap. So these machines have phenomenal suspension, they have great enclosures in them, they have heat, they have AC, they have climate control in them, they're a lot more powerful, they're 30 more horsepower than the General was. So you really get that feel to them that they're an actual great crossover. But let's talk about what our knee-jerk reaction. What was the favorite thing you like about them?
With the miles I've put on it and the trail ride I've done, we've had a lot of experience with cabbed machines, different brands and things.
Right.
And the thing that drives me nuts is all the rattles. The doors rattles, you hear the suspension squeak. And all the miles I've put down on this so far, I haven't had a single door rattle or a squeak come from this machine, which has been phenomenal.
The door's not rattling. I totally agree. That's a great one. Yeah, they are super quiet inside. They're super plush. When you're on washboards and stuff, doesn't sound like the machine's coming apart.
Exactly, yeah.
How about you? What is your favorite part?
I like the fully enclosed part. One, if you have dogs, they can go in the very back. They're gonna love it. They can lay down on a bed back there. And with me, my wife, we can get stuck in the mountains for a month and we would survive because my wife brings everything with us when we go. And so
she's not gonna see this, so don't even worry about it.
But yeah, I like it. There's lots of room to bring all your stuff.
Yeah, that's
you know, I have a huge cooler in this thing right now. I got chairs in there, coats, snack things. I've got all the camera equipment.
Wait, you have snacks? This whole time you've had snacks.
Yeah, I got candy bars, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so we'll rob you in a minute.
Okay.
But that's a great point. There's a lot of cargo space on that does keep everything clean. So I guess the best case in point of this, this machine I've had for 3 weeks or so. Run Bear Lake, multiple mountain runs. I was down in Moab last week. I ran a lot of trails down there. I have not washed the inside of this machine. I sprayed the outside of it off twice, but I haven't cleaned the inside of this machine. And if you crack a door on this thing, outside of where my feet get in and out, it's a pretty good testament to how well these things seal. There is relatively no dirt in it. The dash is clean. I said, other than the floor, my feet get in and out, they stay really clean. What do you guys do for riding? Do you like mountain riding? Do you like sand dunes? Do you like rock crawling? It's like, if you're a sand dune guy, this probably isn't a great machine for you. If you're a diehard rock crawler, enclosures don't really work that well for that. But 95% of the people out there utilize the mountains. They like to go out and go trail riding with their family. They want comfort. These things have great suspension, phenomenal cabs. We'll get into all that kind of stuff. But I think this is a wonderful platform, and I think we're gonna have a great day out here riding.
Oh, for sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these machines out on the trail. We're gonna dive into some of those details that Curt just mentioned. And why we do that, go ahead and check out this story.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Let me show you some of the things on the new Expedition. One, the tailgate's really nice, and it can hold a lot more weight on it. One of the nice things is they put the lock and ride back here in the back, and the rear seat folds down back here. So you got a lot of space to the front end. They got a nice pad here so your cooler doesn't move around. Of course, these are 4 doors. I do have the seat folded down right now. It's very simple. You just fold that back up and there you go. And now you have 3 seats in the back, not just 2, like the General and some of the other vehicles. We just came up the trail just eating dust behind Curt, and we're not dusty in here at all. This is more like a car. They actually have seals around the door that push into a real nice flat surface all the way around. The other nice thing, and the doors really are solid. The other nice thing is, up here on the windshield, you'll notice the seal actually goes out over the bar. So everything just seals up much better. And this, like the old North Stars, they do have a windshield wiper with a windshield washer. So if you get the dust and stuff, you can hit that. The Ranger had the AC and everything. This one's a little more car-like because you can actually adjust it right here to go from defrost down to heat to air conditioning or whatever. You have 3 knobs instead of just the 2, one for the fan and one for the hot and cold. You have your nice ceiling in them. You do have a dome light. So this really is truly a sealed up cabin in this thing. More like a car or a Jeep. We're gonna take off on the trail. More at your leisure in a minute.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We've been up here in northern Utah having a ball driving these new Polaris Expeditions around Porcupine Dam. We've seriously been able to get some ins and outs, and I've had a good time. Have you guys?
Absolutely.
Been great.
Been great.
I've showed you some of the interior features, the air conditioning, whatnot, you know, stuff that is really kind of important to me and my wife because we just ride around up in the hills. We're gonna turn it over to Curt now. He's gonna give you some of the technical stuff. This is what he does.
So as far as a factory machine, this is absolutely one of my favorite machines that's come from Polaris so far. The A-arms are a lot longer on one of these, so you get a lot more travel out of them. The longer your A-arm is, the more travel you get out of them. So they ride a lot better, they absorb anything that you throw out on the trail a lot more, they're very, very comfortable. So your overall driving experience is just really plush. It is very comfortable. But as far as the machine itself goes, Polaris has gone above and beyond with a whole bunch of components on this machine. The A-arms are a lot thicker gauge steel, so if you hit something, they don't bend as easy. They're a lot tougher. Historically, Polaris has had 10mm bolts that hold all suspension together. They bumped up to 12mm bolts. That's something we've been changing for a lot of years. We've been drilling them out and putting bigger bolts in them. And so our hats are off to them for that. There's a lot of equipment that these things come with. The shocks on them are a dual rate spring. They're the Fox shocks. They're super plush. They ride it really well. It just really handles very, very nice. But they come with 15-inch wheels. They have plenty of clearance for 32s factory. They do not rub if you put 32s on them, which we've done on our machines. For off-road capability, for mountain riding, and for just going out and enjoying a weekend or a night with your family and taking in everything that this place has to offer, this is a wonderful machine. They are worth the money. So we kind of went over some of the things that we like.
Yep.
So let's do the Achilles heel. What do you not like, Jake?
So out of the box, those first, I would say 40, 50 miles, I was really nervous with the brakes. So coming to a stop sign, everything felt really soft.
Right.
So I was kind of nervous about that, but the more miles I get on it, it's become a non-issue.
Seems like after 30, 40 miles, they kind of break in there better.
Exactly.
Either that or we're getting used to it, we don't know.
Right.
Either way, it feels a little bit better.
Yep.
Gotcha. I'm with you on that one. How about you?
Mine would be, and this, bear in mind, this is specific to this model of the Expedition only. Mine's the noise level. You know, where it's totally enclosed, the engine's right underneath that rear compartment that is part of the interior, you know, car. The noise level's a little high. I'm gonna dynamat mine. Curt was saying there's a rear partition you can put in there, a rear window. I'm gonna look into that. So that'd be my only thing.
I agree with you. I don't think they're any louder than the Rangers. I've owned a lot of Rangers. I own a lot of Rangers. But I feel like they're all too loud. That's how I feel. If I had to pick something I don't love about it, I'm probably gonna argue price on it. But I argue that about everything because I'm cheap. But there is a lot of R&D. It's like it takes 5-6 years for Polaris to go through and test everything. And when you're coming out with new platforms, Like, I get it. I think that everything in the UTV world is more expensive than it should be. They're gonna cost you a little bit more, but you do get AC with them. You get heat, you get nav, you get front cameras, back cameras. You have a cab that seals properly. There's a lot of comfort to it. All the things that you would put money into to turn your machine into something it wasn't when it came out of the box is pretty much already done with one of these. And once again, the aftermarket support's gonna be phenomenal on these things. We're excited to see where we can take it. But let's go do a little more riding and check out this next story. So we have had a great day out here riding the new Expeditions. Polaris has done a great job with them. If you guys have any questions, hit us up on our social media page, either on @YourLeisures or SlikRoks. We'll answer any questions we can for you. But you'll want to make sure to check out next week's show. It's shaping up to be a good one. So you guys are going to want to make sure to check out next week's show. It's looking really good. We've had a great day today out here in the mountains riding around the new Polaris Expeditions. But just remember,
There's adventure around every bend.
Just got to get out there and find it.
at your leisure.